many people that sit and listen to the media, that sit and believe politicians, have actually met a politician, have actually spoke to a politician, have actually sent a letter to a politician and got a positive response, if any response? How many people that sit there and believe what the politicians say, and what the media say, but they just roll with it, but they got no proof that what they're saying is true, or they have no proof that what they're reading is true? So let me tell you about me here for a minute. You see, when I speak, I don't speak because I watch the media, or I don't speak because of what anybody said, not even the politicians. No, I'm going to speak about what I live. From 2004, I've been on this mission, trying to get politicians to understand the plight of the poor. In 2005, when I realized that the real estate market was going to come down, I started writing letters. At that point, I was a Democrat. I started writing letters. I was watching all the liberal TV stations. I sent over 200 letters and emails to politicians, public figures, you name it, pleading with them to do something to help the middle class stabilize, and also help the poor people to come out of poverty. I broke down the system, the way it works, where there is more emphasis on doing nothing versus helping those who are trying. All of these letters were 7 pages long. I live in a 99% Democrat district. I called the elected officials there. I met President Obama, who was standing right beside me in 2012. 2012. The only person he spoke to in the building was Bill Russell, because that was the only money in the building. I was sitting right beside Bill Russell. That to me was a slap in the face, because everyone in the room bought tickets, which was a fundraiser for him. I did not buy my ticket. My ticket was given to me, and I was told that my ticket was a $1,500 to $2,000 ticket was given to me by a lobbyist. And I told him, I want to meet President Obama. And when he did that, right there, I thought to myself, oh, so the only person that mattered in the room, in this whole room that came to support you, is Bill Russell, the man with the money. And there were all kind of people in there, white people, Spanish people, everybody. So right there, I was like, no, this is not about, oh, so you're black. They're not going to say you're racist, but you're a classist. Now, he didn't have to speak to everybody in the room. I get that. But he could have walked around that crowd and shake a couple of people's hands and say hi to somebody, because they're supporting him. So if you don't need my support, you don't need my vote. I was done with that. I've written letters, and I have proof, again, to so many Democrat politicians, the ones that talk the talk, that they're fighting for the poor, that they're doing this for the poor, they're doing this for the blacks, and guess what? It's all hogwash. All of it. Every bit of it. You see, what the Democrats are doing is pimping the poor people. And we're so stupid, we get mad at the white man. And we believe that it's a white man that holds us in bondage. Every politician that goes to Washington has the same position. You're either in the House or you're in the Senate. They have the same power as the other fellow people, colleagues in the system with them. But every time I have contact a Democrat, the first thing that come out of their mouth is that the Republicans didn't let them do anything. What do you mean the Republicans didn't? You in power, right? You've been in there for 20 years, right? So why is it that almost every Democrat district is in dire poverty? And now you got the rich people coming in and pushing the poor people out, because they're modernizing everything, and none of these politicians that have been elected and been elected and been elected and say that they're fighting are doing nothing to stop it. You know why? Because they don't care. Why is it that in order for a woman with kids to get help, she's got to put the father on child support? He has got to be not in the house in order for her to get child support. In order for her to get help from the system. Why is that? Why is it that you got to destroy the man in order to help the woman? Tell me how that works. How is it that you continue, everything that you do is about separating the black families and pushing the poor people in more and more poverty, but yet you go to Washington and you blame it on the white people? My district is the highest taxes in Broward County, yet there's homeless people on every corner. From the time I move in this district, before I move in this district, it's totally flooded every time we get heavy rain. They do nothing about it. So whose fault that is? Oh, so that's the white man's fault. That's the Republicans' fault. They're not the elected officials. Why is it that when we go to the white people neighborhood, which are run by Republicans, they got the best neighborhoods? So if you're telling me that you can't get anything done, then why are you in office? How many times I've called Democrats, spoke to the people in their office, telling them about the homeless people, telling them there's a mom out there with 5, 6 kids, and they tell me, you know what they tell me? What do you want me to do? This is the response. What do you want us to do? That's not why we're here. We don't deal with stuff like that. So what exactly is it that you deal with? I mean, isn't these the issues that the politicians should be addressing? Homelessness, affordable housing, I mean, high taxes, senior care, elderly care, all these issues that we're facing. What exactly is their position? Because every time I call them, that's not what they do. Why is it that we put in so much money into helping the poor, but the poor is still poor? You see, because they don't want to give you a helping hand up. They want to keep you as a handout, because as long as you continue to be in fear of losing that handout and not being able to make it, then guess what? They own you. Because now it's like you're in an abusive marriage. The husband is beating you up, he's sleeping with everybody, but guess what? He's paying the bills. So you're stuck now until you can get on your feet, which is very hard to get on your feet. That's what we're dealing with right now with the Democrats and the poor people. They can't get out of the bondage because the system does not allow them to get out. If they try to get out, they pull the benefits away from them. So you know what? I'm not going to go get a job and then lose my housing, and now me and my kids don't got nowhere to live. So I'm just going to stay on my housing, and I'm going to vote for the person that give me that housing, because guess what? I know that the next man ain't going to give me nothing. So they have mentally manipulated you and have you as a crutch on their system. And then when it's election time, they come around and they tell you the same thing. You know they're not going to do this for you, but we will. But guess what? Your crap ain't working no more. And it's time for people to wake up. You've been on the system for 30, 40 years and you're still in dire poverty. How is that a help? How does that help you? How does that help you that if you go get a job, they take away the stuff from you? Why not say we'll give you a year to get on your feet and then we'll take it away? Or we'll see how you're doing. Every 6 months we'll check on you. We'll let you work and we'll check back and see how you're doing. And we'll give you the resources that you need for you to get self-sufficiency instead of government dependency. So again, we have got to use common sense and not just listen to what the people are telling you. It is not the poor people's fault that they're in bondage to the system. It's the politicians in their districts that run their districts that make them believe that this is all you can be. All you can be is some food stamps. All you can be is some housing. All you can be is a disability check. That's the label they put on you. And they put it on your mom and your dad and your uncle, your sister, your grandkids, and that's what they put on you. Because guess what? That's how they stay in power. Yeah, I said it. That's how they stay in power. You see, whoever owns your mind, owns your body, owns your footsteps. And I'll tell you this. I might sleep on the floor. I might eat crackers and cheese every day, but I refuse to let anybody own my mind. Nobody. I don't need clothes. I don't need food. I don't need anything. As long as I got my mind, I'm good. And that's where the destruction is. Manipulation of the mind. The media is continuing to manipulate the poor people's mind. The Democrats are continuing, yeah, I said it, continuing to manipulate the poor people's mind. And I'm tired of watching poor people in this struggle. Wake up, people. It's your time. You know, an election is coming around the corner. It's time for you to demand what it is that you vote for. It's to demand for better. It's to bring the results and tell them in their face, you guys haven't brought the results anymore. So guess what? Why should we vote for you again? Hey, like it, share it. I got my knowledge. You guys don't got to listen to me. You could continue to listen to the celebrities that give you the crap while they continue to make more money and they set up a security guard around you. You know, we get mad at the white man, but Steph Curry, most black people probably don't even know that Steph Curry wrote a letter to his governor that he did not want a low-income housing in his neighborhood. Now here's a person that probably so many poor people buy his product, but he don't want poor people in his neighborhood. You see me? Guess what? You don't need my money. My kids don't need your shoes. My grandkids don't need, not if that's the way you feel. You see, they talk the talk, but they don't walk the walk. They talk the talk so they can keep it coming. They can keep the money coming, because at the end of the day, you don't matter, but in God's eyes, you matter. And that's why this podcast is called You Matter. Thank you, and God bless.